Hi, guys. Leanne Holitza here at the Healing Studio. How is everybody this Sunday? I see that there are many of you who have done the me pleases, which I appreciate in advance. I'm changing the rules up just a little bit where I'm addressing the people who are live with me first. They type the me please, which is how you get a card. Just type me please for the week. It's not a specific dive in reading, it's just a reading for a focus for the week. We'll do the Yantra card deck first, which will give us our collective story. And then we're going to use the secret language of light this week to give you your personal cards. Okay. So, hi, everybody. Couple of announcements, some scheduling changes because that trip that I was mentioning with shift travel got shifted around. So it's next year instead of this year. That means September is opening up to the typical stuff: new moon rituals, group healings. There's also stuff that was already on the schedule, which is one of them is a guide group reading, which is where I read for about 8 people with their guides in the room, and they kind of riff off each other. It's kind of fun. The guides do. And then we also have like a live light council channeling, which if you're more interested in channeled messages, that would be happening in September. The channeling messages are more woo than the guides. The guides are more practical. But anyways, all right. Well, let's see what we got going on here, you guys. Let's see what the week brings. Okay, so first card is attitude sideways. So what this is saying is say yes to the right things at the beginning of the week. Like make sure to kind of like have your own back about what you don't want to put on the list. This is also about checking your attitude if you're getting stressed and you're projecting it onto other people around you. Sometimes our nervous systems get dysregulated and we dysregulate others unintentionally. So just being careful about that. Your focus for the week is generosity sideways. What that is saying to you is be generous, be giving, but be sure you're doing it from a place of neutrality, not from any kind of obligation or expectation. If you give somebody, that dollar on the side of the road, you can't really tell them what to spend that dollar on. They are going to do what they're going to do, right? So you got to let go of your generosity. End of the week, we're working on honesty and being courageous. Now, this has a lot to do with being honest with ourselves, being brave enough to see our own limitations and what we're doing to ourselves with limitations. So give yourself an opportunity to just say to yourself, I want to be honest with my own limitations. Hint, I have a belief club around doing that takes place on Wednesdays. We just moved it to 9 a.m. on Wednesdays in September. So it's 9 to 10. It's a Zoom call. We will work on limiting beliefs. So might be good for your honesty card. All right. Here's your first card. If you're watching later, thanks for watching later. If you're watching live, hi guys. If you like what you're hearing, definitely give me a thumbs up. Give me, interacting with me actually helps you get me on your feed. So if you like this information, we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Okay. So tune in. 1, 2, 3. This is your first card. If you picked 1, you're going to be working with light beings. Okay. So now these light beings are like talking to your unseen helpers, talking to, the energies that you can feel are there, but you can't see them or touch them. They're much more just transmitted through frequency. So working with that through meditation, journaling, prayer, whatever works for you. Okay. If you picked 2, you're going to be doing what I've been doing is channeling. Okay. This could be channeling a new idea. This could be channeling a new book, a new whatever. This card represents that there's some sort of creativity energy wanting to come through you, kind of around you. Okay. Focusing on 3 for the week, you got the soul journey. Okay. So this one is very much just kind of embracing the fact that whatever you're going through and however it's going is part of your soul journey. It's part of how you are meant to move through your life. What's there is your lessons that you signed up for. Okay. All right. Let's get on to the 1, 2, 3s or the me pleases. And I will tell you guys, if we see a card 3 times, it's 3 times charm. So I would recommend hanging out till the end, even if you do get a card, just because it is sometimes a collective reading. I'll summarize at the end. And just FYI, so you guys know, when I'm not live yet, me, please. I will come to those after I get to the ones that are live. But I can tell when you guys are live. It tells me, it gives me that hint now. It's new. All right. So, Christy, you made it to the top of the list. So, Christy and Lisa. Christy, you got Vesica Pisces, which this is going to be very much about your individual relationships, being sure you're partnering with the people who are going to expand you, not strip you down, but actually give you some momentum. This is also kind of remembering that we have momentum with each other, even when it's unrecognized. You turn on your water in your kitchen, and the water, there's several people who are working behind the scenes to make sure that water gets to you and it's clean and it's all the things, right? Same thing with driving down the roads, getting in your car, interacting with your food systems. All this stuff is partnerships. So this is just making sure that you are mindful of those partnerships, and that, especially with that generosity card and the honesty card, saying, I'm going to give my energy where it makes sense to give it and nowhere else. Lisa, you're going to work on enlightenment. Okay. So this is a zoom out. This is like a new perspective, but the same thing, right? You're looking at the exact same thing, but all of a sudden you're seeing something new. This week could be a good week for you to reframe your perspective. Okay. Create some reframes. It may be the same thing over and over, but if you reframe it, you might see it differently. Okay. Kimberly S., you got 2. So you got joy, pretty straightforward, get some joy on. And you got soul name, which that's basically like asking you to go into yourself and say, what is my soul name? Who am I as a soul? If I was incarnating over and over again, Kimberly's just this lifetime, what am I really as I'm infinite? Okay, so coming into that, some expansiveness. Looks a little bit like the atrium of rejuvenation in my mind. All right, Kalina, you've got soul family. So this is a time to kind of acknowledge the people around you that are there to help you create soulful connections that you feel familiar. They're not necessarily your genetic family. This is more about people who you feel like you really jive with. And if you don't have that going on right now, this might be a week to focus on finding it. Okay. And, with the internet and the way the world works now, you reach out farther beyond maybe than just what's next door. Okay, Susan, Steve, and BB. Susan, time for some authentic truth. Okay, so being really real with yourself and really, that honesty card that showed up at the beginning, being brave enough to really say, I am going to give myself, a true alignment of, what I know to be true about me, and not add to the stories. Okay, don't add to the stories. Steve, you're on a soul journey. If you picked 3 at the beginning, it's coming back for you. Okay, this is part of the plan. This is part of the agreement. It's not always fun to hear that, but this is what we do for each other. We, as souls, we come to introduce things that are, our lessons. Okay, BB, ground into the earth, ground into the fact that you are here for a very nice, connected body experience. And, it's one of those things where we have a lot to do to get ourselves anchored into a body. So grounding, get outside, put your feet on the ground if you can, that kind of thing. Lori E., you got channeling. So if you picked 2 at the beginning, it's doubling down. We're seeing this again. Your projects that are lingering and want to come alive through you, that's the focus this week, okay? Get into some channeling energy. The best way I know to do it is to really get still and move my mind out of the way and see what wants to come when I'm not thinking. Okay, Kimberly P. and Juan Carlos. Kimberly, you are remembering some things this week. So write them down. Make some journals. Oh yeah, I remember. I know how to do this. Maybe it's from this lifetime. Maybe it's from previous lifetimes. Just give yourself just knowledge of like, I'm remembering who I am. Juan Carlos, you're going to work with joy. Second time we've seen that one too. Okay, we'll see. So, pretty straightforward. Just get out there and find some joy. And if you can't find joy, see what's blocking it. Maybe move the obstacles out of the way so you can have a little more of that joy. Okay, Janice and Josh. Janice, it's time for you to visualize this week, okay? So get yourself nice and anchored into Again, the creativity, the truth, see yourself as if, wake up in the morning and visualize the day, acknowledge the day as you would like it to be. Okay. Josh, your focus for this week is healing. Okay. So take some time to really work on whatever is needing to be stitched back together again. Okay. Healers, as I see them, I would call myself a healer. I am simply the physician that takes the stitches to the spirit energy and stitches it together. You have to go do the healing work after the stitches happen. You have to take good care of the wound. You have to take good care of yourself in order for things to heal. That's what your focus is this week, okay? Is to take good care of what's already needing to move into a healing, okay? Yes, and Susan, I just saw your message about the eclipse testing your little family. I know, the eclipse is definitely was like, are you going to keep doing it this way, or are you going to do it differently? I know. So, okay. Sunshine, Flutterbutt, and Travis. Sunshine, you got color. This means work with all the colors and how the vibrations work through you. Sit and meditate on blue. Sit and meditate on red. See what that does to your frequency and your feelings, okay? Use what you wear as something to pull through energy. I secretly wear red underwear and just know it personally. Whatever it is, just kind of work with color as a vibration this week. Travis, you are going to want to let your light shine, okay? Be brave enough to stand out. Be enough to say, I know that sometimes it looks like other people would rather stand out than I would. This week is a week for you to stand out, stand up, be who you want to be, okay? All right, eat 100 foods. Karen, you have got divine animals. Now there's a lion in there, so this isn't just like dealing with the dogs and the cats. This is like meditating on what's your spirit animal every day. What is it trying to tell you that you have about yourself? If you close your eyes and you see a panther, what does a panther do for you? This was a good week to use that divine animal energy to kind of move you forward, okay? The obstacle movers. All right. I think I skipped over. Whoops, hold on. I skipped Robin and family. Robin, Austin, and Chris. Robin, meditation for you this week, okay? Going to be key to try to find some space, even if it's only 2 minutes, to just sit down, close your eyes, close your mouth, close your mind, and let everything else open, especially your heart, okay? All right. Austin, your focus is going to be on creating space, similar to the meditation, okay? So get yourself into some, you might even be creating actual physical space, cleaning out a closet, moving some furniture around, throwing out some things that no longer serve you. Chris, there is only light. So what this message is basically like, even when there's shadows, the reason there's a shadow is because there's light. And the light is getting reflected in a different way because there's an object in the way of the light. So this is just remembering to be in the light, not in a woo-woo, like love and light only, fake toxic positivity, but just in the like, let the truth be seen. Okay. All right. Janelle and Donnie. Sorry, I skipped you. Whispers, Janelle. So just listen to the stuff that comes up. This is like the little subtle thing on the radio or the clock turning, 111 or whatever, just paying attention to the subtle hellos from the universe this week. Donnie's going to being asked to let go. That seems to be a theme that comes up a bit. Forgive, let go, get it out of there, slice it up and let yourself free. Don't hold on to grudges. Don't hold on to anything really right now. Just let it go. I know, sometimes easier said than done. All right. Now I think I'm back on track. Stephanie, I'm here. Got you, Stephanie. Got you. Mountain River Therapeutics. Nourish. Okay. This is much drinking good water and eating good food, getting the sunlight, as all of the things that feel nourishing, and doing it with the awareness of a nourishing intention. Okay. Let yourself be nourished. Crystal and family. Crystal, nothing has gone wrong. You're fine. Everything's for a reason. All the lessons. Don't blame anything. Don't shame anything. It's all good. Chris, third time the chair around the channeling, you guys. All right. Let's see what Chris is channeling, and let's see what we're all channeling. I'm going to pull up the book. This book, by the way, so the author is Denise Jarvie, and she is, there's lots of kind of like artwork like this, card decks out there. But she's also got some words in here about like meditation or what you can journal. So I'm going to read a little bit of it, but there's a lot of words, so I'm not going to read all of them. Okay. You have the ability to tune into a different stream of consciousness to gain information for healing expansion. Channeling shifts your awareness so you can stream information from various frequencies. It's like tuning into a radio station. Okay? So if the information doesn't agree with you, tune into something different. You can't expect to hear rock music on a classical music station. With practice, you'll be able to tune into your soul's transmissions easily. Okay, so everybody is going to work on channeling this week, okay? That's going to be important. All right, Hannah, Sierra, and Joel. Hannah, you got meditation, okay? So pretty straightforward. Get out there, make some time, get yourself a little bit of a drop in, moment. Focus on it. Do it every day this week. See what shifts. Sierra, we got alignment for you. Okay. So cutting anything out of the way that keeps you from being in alignment, giving yourself a chance to just really feel like you're on the way. You're on your path now. Okay. All right. And Joel, your week's going to be also focused on alignment. Double down on that one. Might see that one again for all of us. Okay. So work on aligning with your path. Work on aligning with your intentions, what feels purposeful, the people. Okay. All right. Okay, I got off track. I'm getting off track today, you guys. This is like timeline jumping is part of the problem, which if you don't know what that is, it's okay. But I was doing Chris with the channeling and then went right up to Hannah and okay, go back to Crystal's family now. Okay, so now we'll do Isabel and Genevieve. Thank you. Yeah, got it. Isabel's going to work on whispers. So listening to the subtle hints, looking for the clouds in the sky that's shaped like bunny rabbits kind of thing. So just little subtle energies from the universe this week. Okay, Genevieve is going to work on inward revolution. So some work on herself inside, how she feels about herself, how she feels about herself in the world, little self-esteem work, that kind of thing. Okay. All right. Sorry, just jumping all over the place. At least you guys are all hanging out. Maybe this is how I keep the rule. I keep moving the cheese. Lisa C., I'm going to give you a card for wellness. Focusing on what wellness even feels like to you. What is it? What does your heart say about it? How much can you have it? That kind of thing. Okay. So focusing on feeling well and acknowledging and affirming your wellness. Okay. National Geographic, you're going to work with soul name. What this means is beyond the Gina, you're going to go into a bigger meditation about who am I as an infinite soul? What might my name be as an infinite soul? And how can I be in touch with that version of myself this week? Okay. Marita, you want to work with divine animals. Okay. So this is more than just working with cats and dogs. This is working with the energy of what maybe spirit animals meditating on, or get an animal card deck and throw a card and align with that animal spirit for the week. Okay. All right. So we got 1/3 time to charm. Let's see what else comes up when we do the other cards. So Stephanie R., I'm coming up to the non-live people right now. So if you're live and you haven't given me a me, please, or if I accidentally missed you somehow, give me a me, please. But I'm going to Stephanie R. right now, who's got authentic truth, which second time we've seen this one. This is about being true to yourself, being willing. It goes with that honesty card we saw at the beginning, being willing to tell yourself the truth about being able to align with, what is true and not the stories you just tell yourself. Okay. All right. Miranda's going to watch the replay later. She's working on transformation, which means zooming out, seeing the same thing over and over, but in a different way now. Okay. So Elizabeth R., 3rd time's a charm on the soul journey. So she's bringing us back to this storyline. So this is for all of us now. So let's listen. Janelle, I did get you and Donnie. Your card, well, I know Donnie's card was let it go. And Janelle, I think your card, I don't remember. I can throw you another one in a minute, but it'll be on the replay. Okay, but for now, soul journey. Okay, this is for all of us. Okay, so it says a new change is beginning for you right now. It's time to go easy on yourself. Be courageous, loving, and loving being that you are. Breathe into the present moment. Allow any anxieties to drop away. Enjoy the journey and stop thinking the future will bring something better. When the future arrives, it will be now. Step out of the shadow of your past. All that matters is what you decide to do for this moment. There's a lot more words, but that's kind of a hint. Okay, you guys. Soul journey for all of us. Yeah. I'm trying to think, Janelle. Sometimes I'm good at remembering what your cards are, and sometimes moving on. I mean, obviously, I'm reading for lots of you very quickly. So let's see. Melissa and Shannon. Melissa, let your light shine this week. Be willing to stand out. Be willing to be the person who is the talent, is the show, is the star, that kind of thing. Shannon, you're going to work on Vesica Pisces, which is about good partnerships, okay? Making sure you understand and you're mindful about who you connect with and why you connect with them, okay? Okay, Jenny V. Oh, Vesica Pisces for all of us now. So we're going to create some things this week, you guys, and we're going to want to be working on our connections. So I'm going to pull this up for all of us because this is now for all of us. Third time's a charm. Okay. It says, the outside world feels more real than the inner world because we've been encouraged to focus more on what's outside of us. We've learned to give things that can be easily seen by others and touched by us more importance than what we feel. Making decisions can become difficult when our awareness is focused away from our inner needs and wants. When our internal external realities are integrated, decisions are clear and easily made. This leads to a satisfaction that is no resistance to your fulfillment. We scan the myriad of possibilities to open us up to the manifestation worlds. We will know what we want and not feel overwhelmed. In this space, we become grateful for the decisions we have made and all the ones that we will make in the future. Okay? All right. Third time's charm on that one. All right. Let's see here. Okay. Jenny V, was that your card? No, I don't think so. Okay, I don't know. Jenny V, you're going to want to let it go. This was Donnie's card too, by the way. Okay, so let it go. Cut out the stuff that's not serving you. Don't hang on to anything at this point. It's not going to serve you. Okay? All right, Tiff W, you're going to work on there is only light. So this is where you realize that even the shadows that are cast are because the light is shining there. Okay? So just focusing on there is only light. See where the light is and see sometimes where the shadow is actually showing you where a big light could be. Okay? Potential. Nicole, you're going to work on divine feminine energy this week. Okay? So this is the energy of being able to say, I'm going to be. I'm not going to do. I'm going to be. Okay? So be in alignment with that. All right. Anita B. Oh, third time's the charm. There's only light, you guys. So this one's for all of us now too. All right. So let's take a look. 30. All right. Jack's number in soccer used to be 30, and people would yell at him all the time because he's big and aggressive. 30. All right. Light is sought after and extraordinary. We seek clarity of light and the bright lightness of being in light bulb moments. Light bypasses the analytical mind and takes us straight to loving wisdom. It's time for you to step into your light, your shining light. Be illuminated. Let the light in. Okay, that's for all of us. And we're doing the channeling stuff. So let the light in and do the channeling. Okay. King of GT. You've got meditation. Okay, so third time's the charm on that, you guys, which means we're all going to be asked to do a little meditating this week. So that's probably how we'll get to the channeling, is we'll meditate. I'm going to read you the journal work for this one. For 3 days, write down or draw 3 different ways you can meditate. Okay, so focus on meditating this week. All right, Eli, you're focusing on getting insight, having yourself aware of some new things, seeing things from a different perspective, letting yourself be inspired. Go get some inspiration. Okay, Kelly and Matthew. Kelly, visualize for this week. Okay, visualize it getting done. Visualize the things you want to be doing. Spend time every morning visualizing the day going well. Okay. Matthew's going to work on nothing has gone wrong. So don't blame, shame, or point fingers anywhere. It's all good. It's just part of the lessons. Okay. Heidi M., you've got healing work to do this week. So focusing on that for yourself is going to be really important. Okay. And then we've got, let's see, I've got exploring fish and hi. Okay, so for Bishan Shini, I'm not saying that right, I'm sure, but I'm just going to give you guys cards for focus for the week. Okay, so exploring fish. Oh, you got meditation, which we've been getting. This is the third time a charm. This is focus for everybody this week. Okay, so spend some time meditating, especially for as the day starts out. Okay, for Bishanshini. I'm sorry, I'm totally not saying that right. But here's your card. Ready? You're going to focus on nothing has gone wrong. Okay, this is third time's the charm for us, so I'm going to pull the book out again, see what the author has to say about this. But okay, I'm going to do the journal work. Ready? Draw or write about 3 things that you love about your life, then draw or write about yourself embracing them. Okay, so this week, nothing's gone wrong. This is the way your life is going. Focus, okay? All right, back up to the list of earlier. Hopefully I can keep track here. Terry, Colin. Okay, Terry, you're going to work on your inner voice. Remember, the tone of voice you guys use for yourselves is really important to pay attention to. I can say, I'm a mess, and I can say, I'm a mess. They're the same words, but the tone matters, okay? So be gentle with your inner voice this week. And Colin's going to focus on inward revolution. So inward work, the inner work, your relationship with yourself has everything to do with the relationship outside of you, okay? All right, Clara, you are bringing There Is Only Light again. I'm going to pull the book up to see if there's more for us to know about. Oh, and it actually literally opened to the page, so we're still going to get messages here. Okay, so here's the reflections and actions. Greet the sun each day. Breathe particles of sunlight into your chest and lighten the load of your heart. Take deep breaths in and out. Imagine your breath is filled with a kind of calm and peace, each breath relaxing you more and more. Go through your clothes and shoes. Let go of anything you have not worn for a few years or no longer gives you joy. Okay, that was the focus for all of us. Thanks for bringing it 3 times the charm. All right, you guys, if you're still hanging out, I see that some of these messages are getting retracted. Say me, please. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, hit the bell button. Hopefully you'll get a message. But I'm going to go through what the cards were for all of us this week. This is our focus. We're going to be asked to meditate, which is going to lead us to our ability to improve our relationship with what we're creating, especially inside of ourselves and our partnerships. It's going to help us know that nothing's gone wrong and everything is part of our soul journey. We're going to channel some wisdom, maybe into a creative project or just onto a piece of paper just for you. There is only light, so focusing on what you can embrace in your life this week. And last but not least, we've got that you're on a soul journey. Okay, so as far as I can sum up, you guys, I think this week is a big week for spirit. Big week for you to talk to your spirit, talk to your higher selves, talk to those unseen forces, get real with yourself about where you're being generous and where you're not, and what your expectations are. And yeah, I think we did it. So if you want to join me again next week, you know where I am. Like I said, I am kind of changing up the roles and obviously bouncing all around today as far as who's the order of the list, but I will reward you for being live first, just because it helps keep us engaging. The YouTube channels, it rewards you guys for hanging out live with whoever you're engaging with, and it'll show you that person again and again, even if you forgot that you liked their content. So if you like this, make sure you hit like and interact. Okay, I appreciate all of you. Go be amazing.